A lot has changed since the last time I visited Da Nang, Vietnam. The last time I was in Da Nang, Vietnam was when it first opened up after the pandemic. I stayed at the Sunny Ocean Hotel and Spa, and I really enjoyed my experience. So I decided, why not go to the same hotel? I enjoyed my last experience, so why not go back? First of all, I decided to travel to Da Nang, Vietnam because I want to get healthy. I'm traveling for health reasons. So I left Australia, where a lot of people don't know that all of Australia isn't hot and steamy. Okay. In Melbourne, which is where I was staying, the weather is usually like in the 70s most of the time, like 70s, 80s. In winter time, it feels like fall. And even in the summer, we'll have 3 days of like really hot weather. And then it'll rain, and then the weather will be like in the 70s again. So the weather is actually perfect in Melbourne. So I'm used to that. I'm used to like fall weather almost all the time. And so I fly into Da Nang, and honestly, it was kind of a shock. It was a shock to my system. I just felt hot and wet, and I didn't like that. But I want you all to see the vibes out here in Da Nang, Vietnam. Just taking a walk, and let me just do a little view so you can see. Vietnam. But I knew that I had to just adjust. I understood that the reason I felt that way was because when you travel to different countries, you have to deal with different climates. So this hotel, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. I would not recommend this hotel to you anymore. And there's a number of reasons why. The first is just overall hospitality. Nobody was rude to me, but the room that I booked and the free breakfast that they served was just trash. Okay. So, what are my thoughts on Da Nang, Vietnam so far? I've been here for a week. I'm about to check out of this hotel room. I'm staying at the Sunny Ocean Hotel and Spa. And you're right. Would I recommend this place? No. And the reason why I wouldn't recommend it is because I guess it's just, you're gonna see my stuff around. I'm just kind of giving you like a little overview. You have the 2 beds. The room is spacious. Every night they have some type of karaoke thing going on downstairs, which is annoying, but it only lasts about maybe 3 hours, something like that. But so far, I wouldn't recommend this place. And the reason I wouldn't recommend it is because there's just no joy here. You know what I'm saying? It's like people, the people at the front desk are fine. It's just, this place is just not giving. You know how like a place, here I am, hey. You know how a place has like a certain energy? The energy here is subpar. There's no joy. I don't feel good here. I don't feel anything. Put it like that. And that's the issue. I don't want to be somewhere where I don't feel anything. Like I just went downstairs and I had a little breakfast. The breakfast is subpar. That's why I wasn't filming or anything like that because there's nothing impressive. And then look at this bathroom. This is ridiculous. I stayed here before. I stayed at this hotel. It was on a higher floor, and and I had like a regular shower. This is a tub, and then look at this. So this basically is for someone who wants to, they have a little shower head, but if you want to take a shower, the water splatters all over here, so it doesn't run all throughout the bathroom floors, just here, which is annoying to me. And then look, you see what I'm saying? Here's this and here's the tub. So it's like you close this thing and then you have all of this space for water to just run. It makes no sense. Anyway, so I'm gonna take you to the next hotel that I'm staying at, and I'll let you know how that goes. And I hope you heard that right when I was talking about the karaoke, right? They have it every night from, I think it was 8 to 10, and it was just noise. It was like somebody, you know how like when people get on the mic and they actually think they could sing? Like they really, getting into it like they doing something and they're not. It's like that. And you have to deal with that every night. That was so annoying to me because the last time I remember how peaceful it was. But of course, that was back then, and that was when Vietnam was just opening up after the pandemic. I remember being so happy because when I landed, all I was thinking about was watermelon, like a real watermelon with the seeds in it. That's the first thing I wanted to eat. And then I saw this lady outside and she was selling it. I saw this lady outside with the watermelon, and it's like I went bananas. I was just like, how much, and then I started speaking Chinese because I'm tired and I don't really know Vietnamese. I was like, "Dua xiao chin." Then I was like, "Oh, whoops, how much is it?" And I did the little finger move, like how much. And what did she charge me? I know this is too much, but I didn't even care. I was like, "Give it all to me." This is what I've been dreaming about. I've been dreaming about watermelons with the seeds in them, so I'm about to get all up into this right now, immediately, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So anyway, this is Da Nang, you all. Get ready for the adventure. And I really enjoyed it. So because of my hotel experience, I knew that I had to get out of that hotel. I was not about to stay there any longer than I had to. So I did my research, I looked online, and I booked my next hotel. I read the reviews, all the reviews were positive. And so get your pen and paper ready because if you're staying in Da Nang, this is where you want to stay, period. So I pull up to this hotel, and when the cab driver dropped me off, there was this guy outside waiting for me, waiting for my arrival. So he comes out, he greets me, he takes my bags up, and we just walk up into the hotel. Now, in this hotel, the reception is on the 19th floor. So we get in the hotel, we go up to the 19th floor. On the day that I left the hotel, like I had to get out of that other one, the Sunny Ocean. Yeah, I got out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry. I arrived at my new hotel very, very early, and I didn't care. I was about to drop off my suitcase and, just kind of explore the area and then check in after 2 o'clock. But I found out, okay, that as soon as I arrived, I checked in and they let me know that in about 5 minutes, my room would be ready and I could check right on in. And this was like 9 something in the morning. So I was shocked. I was like, really? Oh my goodness. I just arrived at the Wink Hotel, and I'll have the name of this place here. And right off top from the other hotel that I left, look at this. Right off top. This is looking so much better. Look at this. Look at this view. Look at the view. Okay, and I got here. I was supposed to check in at 2, but it's like not even 10 o'clock in the morning. And I had to wait about a whole, 7 minutes? As soon as I pulled up, there was this guy that took all my things for me and brought me upstairs to the 19th floor. And that's where, I laid my bags down. They had me sit down, and I was looking at this gorgeous view. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like this place. It's cute. And let me just show you this room real quick. So I just checked in. There's a television here. There's the bed. I'm a simple girl. I don't need a whole lot of space. Okay, the bed is comfortable. Yes. Okay, just checking the comfortable bed. This will be my view. And yes, they do have blackout. Let me just see. Blackout shades. Yeah, yep. Okay. So whenever I'm ready to go to sleep, I can do that. It's very quiet up in here. And alright, so let's see. So it has a bed, and there's a telephone over there. If I want to, if I need to call reception, I can do that. Right there's the temperature. Okay. A small work area. So this is where I'll be working and making my videos. The garbage is right there. Small, nice view. Perfect. Alright, so let's see what this bathroom's looking like. Okay, the lights are on. Yeah, so toilet paper. Okay. Everything that you need is up in here. Let me look at the shower. Yes. Okay, nice shower. Don't tell me. Okay. Alright, so if you want this, you got it. But this is what I like. Just a regular shower head. Okay, and I brought my own soap. Okay, I got the towels and everything. So, yeah, everything looks really good. Alright, nice and stylish. And then I got the purple. I love purple. That's my favorite color. Very cute. And then they have the hair dryer, lock box, water, fridge. What's in here? What is this? This is just a drawer for whatever. And somewhere to hang out my clothes, slippers for the room. And that's it, do not disturb or clean or whatever. It's all here. And then there's some storage. So this room is small, but it does the job. Yeah, I can get with this. All right, stay tuned for more. This hotel blew my mind. This hotel really exceeded my expectations. It really exceeded my expectations, from check-in to how the room looked to the service to like the energy of the hotel. It was upbeat. People that worked there actually wanted to work there. At the Sunny Ocean Hotel and Spa, the employees, they all, and I kind of like, it was like, you know how you feel like when you don't want to be someplace, but you have to. You're just doing this for money. That was the energy in the Sunny Ocean Hotel and Spa, that hotel. At the Wink Hotel, it was very different. The energy was upbeat. It was fabulous. Their breakfast was fantastic. Okay, they had everything. All types of vegetables, eggs, they had pho, they had like Asian foods. They had a mix of, they had great pastries, omelet if you wanted it. If you wanted like your eggs made a certain way, they had a station for that. Free coffee, fruits. vegetables, like different dishes. It was whatever you would find something. You will absolutely find whatever type of food you like. And the view from the breakfast area was beyond beautiful. I mean, you're looking at the Dragon Bridge. I'll show some clips. The view was just beyond. Okay, so I'm in Da Nang and I'm thinking that I'm going to rent an apartment. I'm traveling from Australia to Da Nang to actually stay there for a while. What I experienced in terms of looking for an apartment is what made me run. Okay, I went on Facebook and made some connections there. And this is what was happening. I just want to kind of get to the point. Okay, so an agent would let me know that there's an apartment that meets my criteria in a certain area. So I would say, okay. And then they would say, okay, well, let's go, let's hurry up and let's go get there. So I'm on my way there. And before I get there or when I'm halfway there, the agent will call me and let me know the apartment's already taken. And so this happened a few times. And I'm like, what kind of fooleration is this? What type of scameration is happening? So that happened a few times. And I started to pull back and I'm just like, what's happening here? What really kicked it off for me in terms of knowing that I was not about to put up with this. In 2026, people are out here getting played. So this is what's happening. Let me tell you. So let's say that there's like an agent, right? And this agent is, I guess, hiring other people that are not really agents, right? Just to go out and show people these apartments. And what they're doing is pricing these apartments very high, like too high. Okay. And so when someone signs a contract for an apartment, everybody gets a cut. So the original agent gets a cut, and then whoever they put on and hire to show the apartment, they get their cut. And this is kind of like, the game that's happening. But anyway, so I found an apartment that I thought I was really about to move into. I'm not going to name the apartment, but it's, a high rise. And it was close to the Dragon Bridge. And so I went there, and at first I was very impressed. I was like, oh my goodness, this is really nice. It was quiet. It was right near the Dragon Bridge. The building was beautiful. The lobby was really beautiful. I thought this was where I would be. But the thing is, I needed an apartment with 2 bathrooms. Okay, I was looking for a 2-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, and they didn't have the 2 bathrooms. So I said, well, this is a big building. Do you have another apartment that you could show me that has exactly what I asked for, 2 beds, 2 baths? And she said, no, there wasn't, but tomorrow she could show me. She'll look into it, and then maybe tomorrow she could show me one. So I was like, all right. And so the next day, right, I was supposed to meet up with her and check out a few apartments. She said that she can show me a few apartments the next day that had 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm at the point where I'm tired and I want to just get an apartment, and that was it. So I'm thinking that I'm definitely going to find what I want. I'm going to sign the contract and it's going to be a done deal. That morning, I went out and I had some, I went out for a cup of coffee, and in my spirit, the Holy Spirit told me that I'm not going to get an apartment today. Do more research. Do more research. Okay. So this is where it gets interesting. So I was like, it's like that voice that guides me, that guides us, right? If we choose to pay attention to it. So I was like, okay, Someone's telling me that not to get that apartment. I'm not going to get the apartment. So let me just do some more research. So I looked in my phone and I did a Google search on the apartment that I was about to move into. So I thought, I kid you not, I kid you not. All right. So 4 minutes before I looked, I did a Google check. I did a Google search. There were the residents that lived in that particular apartment building were writing negative review after negative review after negative review about what was going on in the apartment. Now, this is what was going on. Check it out. There was construction inside the building. But see, here's the thing. Because, these people, you would think that this building would be quiet. No, there was construction happening in the building 12 at night. Yes, I said 12 midnight, 12, 1 in the morning, 4 in the morning, all types of crazy hours. There was construction inside the building, which means people can't sleep. And this is what the residents were saying in the Google reviews. They couldn't contact the landlord. They tried to make complaints and, there was no resolution. They were getting ignored. And so that's why, obviously, I guess they all knew each other. They're all dealing with, the same situation. And that was their way of kind of screaming out and trying to get some attention on what was going on. And I kid you not, it was about 4 minutes before I looked into it. The people that lived there that were writing these complaints, it was like back to back to back to back. 4 minutes before I checked. And it just kept coming through. Now tell me, number one, that ain't God, right? Telling me you're not about to move into this apartment building. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So I knew right then and there, number one, I wasn't about to make that appointment to look at nothing. And number two, what's funny is this, because I contacted my agent after I was reading all of these reviews, zeros, and they were telling people, if you're thinking about moving into this building, don't even think about it. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. I couldn't believe it. I was like, so thankful. I was so thankful because I was seriously about to say yes to this building. So I contacted the agent and told her what was going on. I said, so I need to cancel our appointment, and this is the reason. I just told her. I was like, I'm reading these Google reviews, and the residents that live there are very unhappy, And then she tried to play me and was like, where you're moving to, it won't be loud, it won't be construction. And she's talking to me like my name is Fool. And I was like, no thank you. And then that was the end of that. Got out of that situation. So that left a terrible taste in my mouth. Now I was just like, you know what? No. And then there were other reasons why I wasn't really feeling Da Nang, right? Now there's nothing wrong with the place, but me personally, I didn't feel like I was even in Vietnam. Everywhere you go, everybody's speaking English. You hear different languages or whatever. There was a lot of Korean tourists, just tourists from everywhere. But it just was too Western. It was just so touristy for me. I like culture. If I'm in Vietnam, hello, I want to hear me some Vietnamese. Like, what's going on? So I was really just disappointed in that aspect. It was too Western. It was there were no connections that I really made with anybody. Any Vietnamese. It was just kind of like they were there to just be of service, and that's it, and to make their money, and that's just the energy. No one was rude. It wasn't like I had any issues, but that's not the type of experience that I'm looking for. There was just too many bars and too many Westerners just mm, being about that bar life. No, I just didn't like it. Also, if you are single, right, if you're a solo traveler, male or female, it might be very difficult for you to connect with other people because from what I experienced, there were a lot of groups of people traveling there. So they were either in big groups or they were coupled up. So I saw a lot of couples, married or whatever. So if you're a solo traveler, you might feel a little left out. If this is your first video, I'm Ronnie. I'm from Jersey. I have been traveling internationally since 2007. And 2015 is when I decided to take the jump and become an expat, and I've been an expat ever since. So if you like what you see and you're feeling the vibes, then subscribe and join the tribe. One other thing that I need to mention is you can watch YouTube videos until you're blue in the face. You will not actually know how you'll feel in a place unless you're there, boots on the ground. You won't know what you're really like until you get there. Let me know if you are in Da Nang, Vietnam, if you found an apartment easily, what you did. Give all of us some advice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.